I don't know if there's any news out there or anything.
Okay, go ahead. Start.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Not a Trekkie, an all Star Wars Everything podcast brought to you by Red Cyclone Inc. I am your host, Tenacious T, aka Tatsu Wap, my co host for the Not a Trekkie podcast, The Merc with the Mic.
What is going on? What is going on?
We are back, sir. We are back.
Today's cast, we are doing our review of Ahsoka. We're going back into the Star Wars TV series.
My friend Mike actually suggested that we should have watched Rebel Ones before this because it's kind of like to this. I was like, I watched too much stuff and I kind
Yeah,
of for the show and a little live action because animated stuff it's hard for me to pay attention
yeah,
to, honestly. So you know what I mean.
yeah. I got you. That was the one that
But yes,
we talked about going to that one, and then we just kind of just like, oh, you know what, you haven't watched
yeah.
this in a while.
Well, I
But
hit him up like, yo, have you watched Ahsoka? Because I made him watch. Shouts out to Mike Wazowski. He was the one that put me on to Star Wars like when I was like 21. Because if you guys listen to the cast, I never actually grew up watching Star Wars or anything like that. I saw it here and there, but it just never piqued my interest. But he's the whole reason why I'm like a Star Wars fanatic today. And I hit him up and asked him if he watched Ahsoka, and he was like, "Did you watch Clone Wars and Rebel Ones?" I was like, "I only watched Clone Wars," which was good. And he was like, "Yeah, you should have watched Rebel Ones before Ahsoka because it all leads up to it." I'm like, we'll eventually get to it. We're already doing too much
yeah,
stuff."
yeah. Cause the general in the later of the season, he's from Rebel Ones.
What the
The blue
green
dude,
face
yeah,
dude,
yeah, yeah. Tagan or some shit. Yeah, yeah. He's part of that
Thrawn,
show. Thorn,
Thrawn,
Thrawn, or
Thrawn,
whatever his name is.
Thrawn.
Yeah, he's part of that Rebels One series. I think he's like one of the main bad guys, like for the most part. I know of him because of the. Honestly, I learned about him more from the Lego Star Wars game than I learned from the shows because he actually has like a little storyline and shit.
Yeah, well, we'll eventually get into that. I know it's a lot of seasons, so.
Yeah,
It's on the to-do list. This was just a quicker, easier show to watch,
yeah,
live action. It gives us we dive back down into like kind of like the Mandalorian feel and stuff, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Because this is actually simultaneous with that,
yeah.
which it states that what how many years is this after Return of the Jedi?
Uh, it's like
Yeah, this is
it's like 5 years.
yeah, yeah, 5, 6 years somewhere.
Yeah,
So like Anakin's already, Darth Vader's already dead and all that stuff. So it's
yeah,
like it's good to see, especially the characters because with Clone Wars, we got introduced to Ahsoka Tano,
yeah,
who is the Padawan of Anakin Skywalker,
yeah,
and it's good to see what she ends up becoming and doing because she kind of did in Clone Wars leave the Jedi,
yeah.
to go out and do her own thing. So it was cool to see her older. It's cool to see her played by Rosario Dawson, which I thought she did a great job doing.
Yeah.
I think the overall look of her was great. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I'll give like the basic synopsis of the show. This aired 2003, the 2023,
2003.
2003. I was like, wow, that was but stars
That's really old.
it stars Rosario Dawson, David Tennant's in it, Natasha Liu Brazito, Mary Elizabeth Winston, Ray Stevenson. This was I think his last project. Um, Hayden Christensen, he makes an appearance on the fifth episode, and there's tons of more people, but those are the main core characters from the show.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
uh,
it's always good to see Anakin Hayden Christensen
yeah,
reprise the role as Anakin Skywalker because we got a little taste of that in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, which,
yeah,
kind of broke the internet when it happened. You know what
yeah,
I mean? It's like for a person who was hated. I remember he was so hated for the prequels
Yeah,
and now he's getting like kind of like the praise that he deserves now because he didn't do a bad job in those movies. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I think he actually played Anakin Skywalker very well,
yeah. No, that's true.
and he is Anakin Skywalker. So
Yeah, he's just a little whiny bitch to me, but other than that, he was good.
yeah, well, he's an emotional guy. You know what I
Emotional
mean? He
guy.
had one. He was in love with one girl,
Yeah,
and he is the ultimate reason why that one girl died.
yep,
You know what I mean? It's like
pretty much.
is literally the he is his own worst enemy.
Yeah. There was not a lot of news within the Star Wars universe. We are getting a bunch of Hasbro's. I know they showed a case a bunch of stuff from Hasbro, but other than that, it hasn't really been. It's been quiet right now. I
I
have this.
actually read something today that
Yeah.
I think that they just wrapped up the filming for the Mandalorian movie.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I think that actually just that news was actually today, and I think it's set to come out in 2026.
Yeah, I think is yeah, it was on the schedule, the
I'm so
23
tired of
schedule.
always waiting years for shit, man. It's like, come on. It's like, who knows if I'll be alive in
You gotta make
2026.
sure
You
you're
know what I
eating
mean?
healthy so you can see
I know.
it.
Shouts out to my girlfriend who's getting me fat out here. Always
Like,
a
oh
shouts
man,
out
I gotta
to
lose
my
my,
lovely darling.
I gotta lose some
I
weight, and get healthy so I
yeah,
can watch all these fucking movies.
I I have to stay alive.
At least to see Mandalorian, the next Mandalorian.
The, the next Mandalorian movie and all
Yeah.
these Marvel movies and stuff
Oh
coming out.
god, yeah. I saw Venom. It's not. It's not. This is not part of the cast, but I saw Venom. I was very disappointed with it.
Yeah, well, Sony, as we know, doesn't know how to make a good movie. So
It had the same problems the second one did. I'll say that. That's
I only
about it.
saw the second one once, so I don't
I,
really have
yeah,
like a conscious memory of
I
it
saw it
being good or
twice.
bad.
I saw it twice because I fell asleep the first time, and I was like, you know what? I didn't give it a fair shot. And then when I saw it again, I was like, yeah, I didn't like it. That's why I fell asleep.
It's like now I understand
And but the thing is, I
why.
actually liked the cast, and that was the thing is, I actually liked the cast. I liked the Woody Harrelson as Cletus Cassidy and shit. But again, it just didn't hit. Like the writing wasn't great. And I actually
Yeah.
like Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock, so it's just things didn't work out, and this is the same thing with this one.
The only thing that I like about the Venom movies is the dialogue between, Venom and
Eddie,
Eddie Brock. Eddie,
Eddie,
Eddie.
we want chocolate.
This is like, but like I said, Sony doesn't know how to make a superhero movie, man. They just really don't. They flop every single time.
Yeah. Well, there's a fan base because one of your boys is praises Mobius, so someone's watching
Yeah, but
them.
shouts
Shouts
out
out
to
to Sriracha.
Sriracha, Jeremy.
He's
He's
probably the one buying
delusional.
them all their DVDs.
Yeah, he probably. I haven't even seen Madam Web, and I'm probably pretty sure he loves it.
He
You know
probably
what
got
I
the
mean?
special edition.
Yeah, he's
It's a
like
steel
his top
case.
five greatest movie of all time. Morbius is not that good, bro. It's really not.
But anyway, this is Star Wars, not Marvel. But yeah, we haven't chat about it anyway, so that's the reason why we just like brought that up because I did
Yeah,
watch
I
it.
mean, this is our cast. We do whatever the hell we
Yeah.
want. So
I did play the Star Wars Outlaw game, and I was extremely disappointed with it. Um, Ubisoft made it, and that's the one with the chick. Kind of like she's kind of like Han Solo in a way, but not Han Solo. It's not as cool. It had
okay.
it had character. Like the girl was actually an interesting character. It's just the world around it wasn't that great, and just the
Well,
gameplay was very glitchy.
I think they're gonna do another Cameron game.
I think it's gonna be the last one for that series.
Yeah, I
They're
got
gonna keep it a trilogy.
when I move, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be staying home a lot. So I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna start playing video games to
Yeah,
pass the
man.
time.
I'm trying to save money
You
too.
know?
'Cause it's like staying home. I'm like, fuck it. I'll just get into the games I have.
Yeah,
But
no, I feel you.
yeah,
I was actually thinking about playing Shadows of the Empire again because I've been playing a lot of N64 lately,
yeah.
uh, trying 100% No Mercy right now. So I was thinking of actually playing Shadows of the Empire because I never beat it growing up. So
It's a
it's like
tough game, but it's
now's a good time.
beatable.
Yeah, no, it's just it's more nostalgic to me.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't even a Star Wars fan, but I loved that game growing up.
Did you play
So
the
I thought it was fun.
Did you play the Rogue Squadron games from the
It's
64?
a racing game, right?
No, it's like the flight, like the space combat shit, like dogfights and stuff.
Yeah, nah, I
That was
know
a
it. I've
dope
never
game.
played it before.
I would say that's something you should look into if when you like in Game On and shit. The Rogue Squadron games are really good.
Yeah, it's probably cheap because probably nobody wants it. You know what I mean?
It's actually, you know what? It might be one of the popular ones on the N64. But Star Wars, it was that and Shadows of the Empire. But that one got a lot of praise, and then they made a GameCube game that was a sequel to it, and then they made it on the Wii, I think. The Rogue Leader, I think it was called.
Oh, I don't know.
They were
Maybe
good.
that emulator on what you call it, the Switch
Yeah,
should get it so I could play it and not have to buy it. Even though
yeah,
I don't mind buying it,
yeah.
but it's just the fact of actually having to go there. I don't feel like going
Yeah.
anywhere nowadays.
But they have but yeah, there's did you see? I'll send you the link to it. They actually made some company made a N64 that will play on a 4K TV. Like
Um,
it like digitalizes everything and captures it into like a full HD. It's crazy.
well, I mean, I have the converter that you plug into the
Yeah, I
TV,
had the
but it
same
doesn't
thing,
really work
but
that
this one
good.
is an
It doesn't
actual
really work that
system.
well.
There's a system
Oh,
that updates the graphics. I was looking at it. I was reading it. It's like $300, but it's supposed to update everything. It takes the original controllers, but it has its own thing. But it plays all the games, but it's supposed to hype them for like 4K and shit. I thought that was kind of cool, but I was like, damn, that,
yeah, no, that sounds dope
yeah,
because like a lot of the games are pixelated
that
and
and
stuff
dark,
like that. Yeah. Like the best games that like you can play No Mercy on it because
yeah,
No Mercy's naturally pixelated. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Even literally on the little boob tube that I'm playing it on
yeah,
right now, it's all pixelated and stuff. So like Mario 64
yeah.
and stuff like that.
Our
They all
producer
play
Mike
well.
was showing me it, and I was like, "What? I'm gonna spend $300 just play No Mercy on something." That's pretty much what I play.
Yeah, no,
Like I
and
got
I
the
play
system
Mario
already.
over and over
Yeah,
again. You know what I mean? So
yeah. I think when I turn on the 64, it's the Geno Mercy, or I have Virtual Pro Wrestling too, and I'll play those two games, which is the same fucking game, just Japanese.
the good old Japanese
Anyway,
games.
this is a Star Wars conversation talk. So Ahsoka,
Back to
um,
Ahsoka.
back to Ahsoka. The series was 8 episodes, right, or 10?
It's 8 episodes.
8 episodes. They ran about
Yeah.
an hour to 45 minutes long.
It was there was a one episode I think that was like 38 minutes and then the rest was like 45 plus.
Yeah, kind of like the
Yeah.
Mandalorian. You had like some long, some short, depending on the storyline they
Yeah.
made. Oh,
I just needed more with it, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like I just
it's
it
getting a season two, so
well, it better because it left you with a cliffhanger.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like it's the show's basically really set around her apprentice, which
yeah,
is what's her name? Sabine
yeah,
Wren.
yeah,
Sabine
yeah,
Wren. That's her name.
yeah,
So like with her, I don't know. I don't know what she was doing beforehand, but the first episode, she just escapes the city. She was obviously like part of this squadron, which I'm assuming is part of Rebel One.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So I don't really know too much of her backstory, but like
yeah,
she was this I guess rebel fighter
yeah,
that during the Clone Wars and stuff like that, and yeah, like I said, I don't really know too much of her backstory, but I know that she's due to the show, she's a Padawan of Ahsoka. They haven't seen each other in a long time.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they reconnect in order to like stop this. There's a rumor of this guy Thrawn,
Thrawn,
General Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Thrawn.
Yeah, and yeah, he's trying to make his way back and stuff like that. And yeah, trying to read a little bit of.
Yeah, but yeah. So pretty like he there. Yeah, whatever. Um, we go to the synopsis of the show, and then we could go to each episode. Um, you doing your list is on Disney or you're using IMDb?
I was just looking at Wikipedia and
Oh, okay.
reading some stuff up on the characters real quick, but it
All right.
doesn't really say too much.
Okay. So yes, so we had 8 episodes. And we'll start going through them. So the first
Yeah,
episode is Master and Apprentice. A valuable prisoner escapes new public custody. A search for answers and reunites two old friends.
yes, that is obviously Ahsoka and Sabine Wren.
Hmm.
Oh, I don't want to play the show. I'm trying to read the damn synopsis,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm assuming that's the Senate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What she was escaping from, and yeah, the prisoner. We find out that she was a prisoner of war, and that she got broken out by two Sith
Yeah.
lords, I would say,
Yeah.
another master and apprentice.
Yeah.
But yeah, episode two, Toil and Trouble. Ahsoka and General Hera Syndulla travel to New Republic shipyards and make an unexpected discovery. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't. It's not so much happens in the episode.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just showing that the Sith, not the Sith, the Empire is still kind of like still trying to make waves, but like
Yeah.
do it in like a quiet way. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like they're supposed, the Empire obviously fell after Darth Vader killed, the Emperor
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So,
Supposedly.
they're yeah, supposedly, but as we've seen in the Mandalorian,
Yeah.
the Empire is still alive and thriving. They're just like closed behind the scenes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're trying to make their comeback,
Yeah.
which ultimately they end up doing with Kylo Ren. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? In the next Star Wars
The New
trilogy.
Republic.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Part 3, Time to Fly. Hera tangles with the New Republic politics while Ahsoka and Sabine Wren voyage to a distant planet. Um, this dude and the girl, they remind me of like Game of Thrones characters.
yeah.
They
I
had
mean,
like a knight kind of style to it. I thought it was kind
yeah.
of cool.
I ain't gonna lie. Like his apprentice was pretty badass.
Yeah, it was
You
good.
know, like she that girl's a warrior. She knows how to fight and stuff like that. And we find out that what you call it, her master, like he was a Jedi at one
Yeah,
point in time, and ultimately ended up going to the dark side and becoming Sith, and ultimately working for the Empire. So he was probably one of Darth Vader's generals.
yeah.
I don't know if there, he has a tie in Rebel One and stuff like that, but
Me either. So that's something we will learn down the road.
just like we just like we did with the Mandalorian and
Yeah,
Clone Wars. Like we should have definitely watched Clone Wars before Mandalorian
yeah,
to understand who the hell people were flipping out about. Like when Cad Bane came in, we're
yeah.
like, who the hell is this
See,
guy?
my experience was the Lego game. I knew exactly who he was because of fucking the Star Wars Lego game.
Yeah.
Good old Lego Star Wars.
All right, part four, Falling Jedi. Hera risks her career to help her friends while Ahsoka and Sabine confront enemies. Yeah, they Ahsoka finds this ball, which reminds me of the ball in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
Um, the thing that Ronan was looking
yeah,
for.
yeah.
Uh,
I think it was the Space Gem.
yeah, or something. You know what I mean? It held. I'm pretty sure it held an Infinity Stone in it or
Yeah, yeah,
something. But yeah, that reminded me of that because they're ultimately looking for the place where that General Thrawn, Admiral Thrawn, was banished, which we come to find out that it's galaxies away. You know what I mean? And we,
yeah,
believe it or not, they have technology to travel in light speed, but light speed only gets you so far in a galaxy. You know what I mean? They can
yeah,
only, from what I know inside the Star Wars universe, it's all based in one galaxy. They're not like traveling to like another star system. You know what I mean? They're in the same, like our galaxy type of thing.
yeah,
You know, it would take 100 light years in order for us to get to the edge of ours. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So I'm just trying to give like a range of how far this is, that they don't technically have the technology to travel to different galaxies. You know what
yeah.
I mean? So,
All right.
but episode 5, which I think is the best episode,
Yeah, Shadow
Shadow
Warrior.
Warrior.
Yep.
Ahsoka confronts her past while Hera and her allies undertake a rescue mission. Um, yeah, this is basically Ahsoka dies.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like the that Sith dude, I forget his name, but he throws her off the cliff and she basically dies. So she's in like the Force world.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It's kind of like the Speed Force if you look at it in like a flash way.
yeah,
And she is confronted by Anakin Skywalker, which, as we know, at the end of Return of the Jedi, he after he sacrificed, basically himself to save Luke and to kill the Emperor and passes away, he goes back to being Anakin again. He loses that dark side to him.
yeah,
So he's talking to Ahsoka in this world, and he's like, "Well, I'm here to finish your training." You know what I mean? And it's like I really dug that episode because it gave a flashback into when Ahsoka was young,
yeah,
and it was good to see it in a live action instead of the animated CGI version that we got in Clone Wars.
yeah,
So it's like it was a super dope nod to her. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like I thought they did that episode very well, and the way that they did Anakin is like through. I feel bad for Hayden Christensen and their horrible like face filters trying to make him look young.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
you can still see that he's fucking old as
yeah,
shit
yeah. Yeah.
while
He
filming
looked
it.
like he's
But
seen some
like,
shit.
yeah, but it's like you seen him like young talking to her, and
Yeah,
then like as she's being the rebel person that she is, the person who's always questioning everything. Uh, Basically he turns on her.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And turns to the dark side where he's Anakin before he goes to the dark side and then turns to Anakin in the dark side. Like you
yeah,
see that switch and it was like it was well done in it. And he blinks in as Darth Vader. We got a little glimpse of him as Darth Vader because um just seeing him reprise his role is
yeah,
just phenomenal. And we got that in Obi-Wan Kenobi, which hands down is probably one of the best scenes like ever. You
yeah,
know what I mean? It's like when he has the broken helmet and he fluctuates from Darth Vader voice to Anakin Skywalker and shit. It's like it was just well done, and it also shows that there's more Jedi's happening. You know what I mean? As
yeah,
time goes, like that little kid, he's who's son to that general girl, which I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know her name. I don't.
Hera.
Hera, yeah.
Yeah,
And he's listening into to the waves. It's like I hear them fighting. Don't you hear
yeah,
like the lightsabers and stuff? And it's like it was super cool.
yeah. It was
And
cool.
yeah,
That was so. I think that was probably the best thing in the season. Period. Like I thought that was a really well done written episode, and how they brought him, how they presented Anakin was very interesting, and I actually liked how they did it. And the fact that he actually played himself as the younger version and whatnot. Like we saw him as Vader, now we saw him as the younger version of Anakin, kind of
yeah,
thing.
we saw both sides
Yeah,
of Anakin Skywalker, which was dope, and it was all more for her and the training because she says it in I think the last episode.
Yeah.
She's like, "Yo, no matter what happened, like Anakin was always by my side."
Yeah.
And when she saw him, she was genuinely happy to see him. Like I don't think she ever judged him for being Darth Vader. You
No.
know what I mean? Like, I don't, but and she hasn't seen him
Yeah.
since Order 66 or whatever the
Yeah.
hell it
Yeah. She
is.
was. Yeah. She disappeared since then.
So it was that was a very well done episode, and I think it gave the Star Wars fans like what we like.
Yeah. It was
But
dope.
episode 7,
6.
Dreams and Madness, a 6. Oh yeah, 6. Far, far away. In the search for Grand Admiral Thrawn reaches beyond the limits of the galaxy. They uh they found out that the Empire created this super engine
Yeah.
that's able to fly a destroyer to the other galaxy, which we come to find out the other galaxy and the planet that he was banished to was the one with the witches that was in Clone Wars
Yep.
that Darth Maul and his brother was from,
Yes.
which is super dope. Like I generally like that because it gave a nod to Clone Wars.
Yeah.
You know what I
And the
mean? It's
Dark
like
Sisterhood
we
and shit.
got a little bit of that. We got to see oh yeah. One thing before I continue, because this is basically what I'm going on is like we got to see the stormtroopers again,
Yeah.
and we got to hear that what you call it Jango Fett's clones actually voice it again. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's just it gave such a good nod to the Clone Wars, and I appreciated that because we just got done watching Clone Wars not too long ago,
Yeah.
and wrapped up the show with our cast, and it's like we jump right into it, and I understand what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I was so happy for that.
The
Yeah, and
stormtroopers, like the
what you
gold
call
shit was cool too. Like the different versions, like the
yeah.
helmets and shit was kind of cool.
He kind I forget what he looked like. He looked like something from like Transformers or something. Like the
Yeah.
face itself, I forget what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah. But the whole thing with Sabine, like her main thing, like the whole time of the show, she's trying to get Ezra
Yeah.
back. Ezra was I'm assuming is the father of the kid, Hera's man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he is force oriented, as we come to find out in episode 7.
Yes.
Uh, your go. You can read
Dreams
it.
and Madness. Hera must answer to the New Republic while far, far away a reunion takes place.
Yes, they finally Ahsoka and Sabine finally get to the planet. The planet. Obviously, we get introduced to Thrawn. We actually get to see him. He kind of looks like the dude from Star Trek.
Yeah, he does. I
Um,
thought it was him for a second.
yeah, yeah, from so what? But Star Trek,
um.
the TV show with Patrick Stewart,
Yeah. 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 No, I
the
actually.
droid looking dude.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought it was. I thought it was the dude from Terminator for a second. What's his name? He played Peacemaker's father. For a second,
Oh
I thought
yeah,
it was him. It was not him. But,
nah, yeah, nah,
but yeah, it
it
was the
wasn't.
dude that played.
I
He
thought it was the
played.
dude from Star Trek,
Yeah,
which I would have
in
been like,
Star
yo,
Trek.
that's a bad no, bro. You're crossing some dangerous boundaries here,
Cross
bro.
streams.
He
But then he
he
also
finally
voiced him
even
in the
said
cartoon, I think, as well.
it's like he finally realized he's not a Trekkie anymore, you
There
know.
you go.
And I didn't realize. I know it's off topic, but that actor was in he was in Independence Day as that fucking that crazy Area 51 guy,
Yeah,
the one that was got caught up with the alien, and they wrapped it around his throat, and he voiced the what the alien was saying, like release me. That guy, yeah, that
yeah,
was the
yeah.
dude from Star Trek. I never even knew that.
Yep, yep.
But what you call it? What the hell is his name? It's pissing me off. But the Sith dude,
Oh, Skull.
you know what I mean? Yeah. So we Sabine. I know this is in earlier episodes, but she basically gives back. Like they have an opportunity to stop them from traveling to this thing because, in all honesty, they don't want Thrawn to come back. So obviously, this guy's a huge fucking deal to the point that the Senate doesn't even acknowledge that it's true. Like he's not
Yeah.
back. He's like, you're lying to us. Your Hera is like basically on trial and going to be like court-martialed and stuff like that because this one senator like doesn't believe in anything, which I kind of feel like he is in behind the scenes doing something bad. Like
Yeah.
he's just an asshole for no reason. But like she gives the Sith guy, I think his name's Bane. I don't know why I keep saying Bane.
He's got
But
he used like something skull. So I'll just say skull.
yeah, she basically gives them everything that they want, which that ball was a star map to find exactly where Thrawn was. But her ultimate goal is to find Ezra.
Yeah.
And she meets up with him finally after going through the planet. And we always get these cute little animal things and these like
Yeah.
turtle like
Gotta sell them
alien
toys.
creatures. Yeah, well, yeah, that's the Star Wars way, just product placement
Yep.
basically. But and then come to find out that this guy's a Jedi.
Yep.
And then she's trying to be a Jedi. She's trying to do all her training, but she's wet behind the ears. But
Yep.
Ahsoka will not give up on her. But
So that guy was
episode
not in
8,
Star Trek.
what?
The guy, the blue dude, Thorn. He was not in
Yeah,
Star Trek.
I know. I said that he looked like
Oh,
it.
he
He
looked like some.
reminded me.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. He looked like
He
him.
looked like the guy, the Patrick Stewart Star Trek.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
Yeah. I, I know Morpheus, I think his name is. I don't
I don't
know.
know.
This is not
I don't
Trekkie,
watch
so
Star
I don't
Trek.
know.
Yeah, we don't fuck with Star
Yeah,
Trek around these parts.
but yeah,
But episode 8, the Jedi, the Witch, and the Warlord. The heroes race to prevent Grand Admiral Thrawn's escape,
yep,
which I thought was dope because the girl that was the prisoner that ultimately led everybody to Thrawn,
yeah,
like she became like a part witch. Like the witch gave her the powers and
yep,
abilities and this flaming sword. You know what I mean? And
yep,
I thought that was super cool, but ultimately the girl ended up dying. Like
yep.
she did all this just to fucking die.
That's what
You
happens.
know, I know it's what happens, but I'm like, yo, it's so typical that she fucking dies because, like, but she was a great character. I thought she
Yeah,
was good. The whole witch stuff, it just totally gave the nod to Clone Wars,
yeah,
which I did not expect them to even be in it.
yeah.
So
Like the
I
Dark
thought that was super
Sisters and
dope.
shit. Yeah, yeah,
Which that planet, obviously, I think they were like the only people really left was like the witches. I don't think
yeah,
their community. I'm pretty sure they were all shot.
yeah. They probably did.
But shouts to Serene because in this episode, Serene actually she gains the ability of the Force. She finally believes in herself, and she really and it's cool to see a Mandalorian
Yeah,
Jedi
yeah. I
because
always thought
she's
that was
from
kind of cool.
Mandalore. She is a Mandalorian, but she takes her helmet off whenever the hell she wants.
Yeah,
You know
so
what I
she
mean?
don't. She's not. She can't go back to Mandalore.
Yeah. Well, that's the old way,
Yeah,
as we know in Mandalorian. You have to, in order to be forgiven, you have to bathe in the waters of Mandalore.
bathe in the waters of Tartaka. Fucking weird shit.
Bathe in the waters of Lake Manatonka.
Exactly.
What is that from? I
It's
know it's Ben
Chappelle show.
Stiller saying it.
Chappelle show.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. When
And the Plato here
he
ball?
was Prince, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. When he was Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But overall, the show, I think the show was pretty good.
It was.
It definitely needs more. I dug, bringing the sisters back, the witches. It I thought that was dope. The whole, I mean, the best is seeing Hayden Christensen reprise his role as
Yeah.
Anakin and getting the love and the nods that he deserves because he did a great job. And it's cool to see Anakin nowadays. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because I feel like Star Wars now, like they're kind of done with the Darth Vader
Yeah.
stuff. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? We've had enough Darth
Oh,
Vader throughout the years.
and the passing of James Earl Jones as well.
Oh yeah, that was recent news.
Yeah.
Uh, but the man lived a very, very long life, and he was the definition of an icon. So, and what you call it, James Earl Jones signed off for Star Wars for future things for them using his voice.
Yeah.
So, like, we will be hearing James Earl Jones in the future as Darth Vader
Yeah.
because I'm pretty sure he recorded like every word in the
Yeah.
dictionary or some shit like that. So they
Then just in case Darth
scallop.
Vader has to curse somebody out, he probably has a couple four-letter words in there too.
Yeah, oh, I believe it. He probably said every animal is like scallop,
Scallop.
scallop.
Shrimp.
Just in case Darth is like, "What do you want to eat, Darth Vader?" It's like scallops. Oh man,
They just prepared for everything. Mickey Mouse.
the Mickey Mouse, the Terminator.
Yeah. But
Ah,
it was a fun show. I definitely enjoyed it. I actually thought Rosario Dawson was great. I thought all the characters were pretty good. It was nice seeing Ray Stevenson his last role, because I think that was his last thing he filmed before he passed away.
who is he?
He was the Skull, the dude that was
Oh,
a Jedi.
I didn't even know he passed
Yeah,
away.
he passed away earlier this year.
Okay,
He was
I'm sorry to
Punisher.
hear
He
that.
was Punisher in Punisher Warzone.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I know
yeah.
who he
He
is.
he was in Thor as well. He was one of the Thor's guys. He was the
Oh,
long hair and shit.
oh well, we thank you for your service, sir.
Yeah. He died last year. Yeah, 2023. He passed away.
I thought the show overall was good. Like I said, I kind of needed more for me.
Yeah.
I thought Rosario Dawson looked awesome as Ahsoka. I kept staring at those damn tentacle things on her head,
Do you
like
brush
the
him?
entire time. Like when Ezra gave her a hug,
Yeah.
and like he squeezed her head, like you were squeezing her tentacles. Like she
Yeah.
didn't feel that. You know
Like,
what I mean?
do you brush him? How do you take care of them?
Yeah, it's like, what is your moisturizing secrets?
And how much you go through a day? I mean, to keep it
Does the
intact.
carpet match the drapes? That's what I want to know.
Is there technical down
Yeah, I don't know. You want to know who would probably know if Star Lord was in this universe?
there? Yeah, he was.
Star Lord took down everything. So,
Yeah, he had no judgment.
but I dug the droid.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, that was
The
David Tennant. Yeah,
he was like blatantly brutally honest,
yeah,
like all the time. Just like he literally would shut shit down. Like when you think there's like, oh, he's being optimistic. He's
yeah.
like, it's like, you think we're gonna make it? No. It's like, no, we're not. It's
Yeah,
like he's like, you are not the first choice for a Jedi. You suck as a Jedi.
he was funny.
Ah,
That was David Tennant. He's the dude in with Jessica Jones. He played Purple Man.
okay. Oh,
Okay.
we also had a cameo in the show of an old school Star Wars character, C-3PO,
Yes.
made an appearance in this,
Yay.
and gave a shout to Senator Leia.
There you go.
You know what I mean? So like he came to defend Hera
Yeah.
on orders from Leia. So it
Yeah.
was like that was a dope nod. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It gave that feel that we are in the classic Star Wars universe. We're
Yeah,
only
and
a
they
few
still
years
exist at
after
the
that.
time too. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
And they're around. They not just disappeared. They're around.
yeah.
That's good.
Well, as we know as well because we had the cameo
Yeah.
from uh um from damn, what the hell is his name? Luke Skywalker in The
Yeah. Yeah.
Mandalorian. So,
Yes.
it's only right that we keep these characters going because Chewie, we haven't seen.
Yeah.
We've seen Darth Vader. We've seen. Well, I don't think we're gonna see Leia.
Well, Chewie we seen in the movies, so he did return.
Yes,
Because the
but I'm
movies are
talking about
later.
in the
Yeah,
shows.
and the
In the
shows, no,
shows,
you haven't seen Chewie. We saw the
we
Diesel ass Wookie in the Boba Fett one.
yeah, yeah. Well, we like I said, we've seen Boba Fett. We've
Yeah,
seen um, we haven't seen Yoda or anything because Yoda killed himself.
yeah, he got tired of Luke Skywalker.
Stop. He's like, stop bitching, Luke. But we got C3PO. We haven't had R2D2, have we? I don't think we have.
No, R2 hasn't shown up. He's like, I'm tired of this shit. Leave me alone.
Yeah, because he does everything.
Yeah, he's like, I'm retired.
Like this ain't a fucking sweatshop, yo. You know what I mean?
He was
Like,
fucking like Mike Murtaugh, and he fucking like in the next three Star Wars movies. Like, God damn, I'm too old for this shit. I
well,
gotta save your asses again.
according to the Skywalker trilogy,
Yeah,
after Luke Skywalker left, R2D2 shut himself down.
yeah,
So obviously, we know right now, as of this moment in time, Luke Skywalker hasn't gone anywhere because
yeah,
he literally just picked up Grogu in Mandalorian and tried to bring him back.
yeah. So he's
Um,
probably just chilling,
yeah, well,
or he's in Jabba's
at his
Jabba's
lair,
club, his lair, just like hashing it up and gambling.
killing. Yeah, he's taking down droids. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The
He's probably
adventures of
living his best life.
R2D2. He became a
He's trying to.
mercenary.
I'm pretty sure he's a mercenary. He's a
He's a
tank
mercenary
hire.
with IG-88.
That's funny.
It's like a
That's funny.
buddy cop show. It's gonna be R2D2 and IG-88.
Two droids and a mission.
Two joys and a badass
Uh,
attitude.
Speaking of the droid, in the episode of Ahsoka when they were flying. Oh wait, what the fuck was the deal with? I'll be honest, I really hated the flying fucking whales. I thought that was so stupid.
Yeah, I didn't like him.
They're like squid whales, the size of like fucking buildings, and
Yeah,
they can travel through space like in light speed. Like that was just super weird to me. I didn't really care for that at all.
yeah,
But the only thing I did like was when they were inside the whale's mouth,
yeah,
and the droid told her, "Is like, oh yeah, I have all these stories still. If you want to hear one." She was like, "Yeah, obviously the first one's the best." That was totally a nod to like the original three
yeah.
movies. And literally, she was like, "Okay, tell me the story." And he starts it off. He's like in a galaxy far, far away. I thought that was like
Yeah,
clever as shit. You know what I
that
mean?
was clever.
I thought that was a good nod.
So, rating it one out of five. One to five, five being the best. Where you give it?
I give it like a 3.9.
G9. That's a fair score.
Yeah, I
Uh,
because it needed more.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like I thought she was cool. I thought the show was good. It's
yeah,
just like I needed more. You know what I mean?
I agree. I could go like 3.75. I thought it was a solid show. I think episode five I think made the show worth it. But it had some of its downtimes in it as well. But I think the actors all were pretty good in it. I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
just the fact that you had Hayden Christensen
yeah,
reprise Anakin Skywalker, and you got to see both sides of Anakin Skywalker,
yeah,
like the level-headed kind, and then the Revenge of the Sith kind. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Where his lightsaber turned red. You know what I mean? Which is super dope. And the flashback scene, and she's like, "This was our first battle together." You know what I mean? It's like just seeing the live action young version because this is Ahsoka when she's
yeah,
older, and
yep,
and it was a nod. Anakin's like, "Hey, you got old."
yep. Like fuck you.
I
But
would have
yeah,
totally took
it
you
was it was
down.
it was a fun show. So our next show, what we should do? Are we gonna do Rebel Ones, or are we gonna go
Yeah, I
to?
say I say we do Rebel ones. We stay in the Ahsoka
Okay,
universe.
so we're gonna kick off season one of Rebel Ones.
Sounds good.
All right.
Hopefully sooner than later too, because I
Yeah.
want to get through that.
All right.
Because acolytes, you know
Yeah,
what I mean, or
acolytes,
bad batches after.
acolytes, Bad Batch. We still have to do that Star Wars Jedi special they did. There's a lot of things. A lot of things.
Just as long as we never have to watch that Christmas
I'm
special
never.
again, I'll be
I'll
happy.
never watch that shit again. Between that and the Nintendo one, I don't need to watch those ever again.
I feel you, bro. I
So,
feel you, man.
So we're gonna go to Rebel Ones. That'll be the next cast, and that'll be a wrap up. So thank you for listening. This is not a Trekkie podcast, and follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitch, and TikTok. All Mark the Mic. Follow Tenacious T.
Yeah, you can follow me at the Real Tatsuku Wap on my Instagram page. Go and also go to Spotify and check out the Popcorny podcast. We'll be up and running that eventually. Right now, we're kind of on hiatus, but a lot of life is happening, and unfortunately, you have to roll with it. So go and check that out. Go shouts out to Srirachas, shouts out to Tyler Lose,
Yeah,
Straw Hat Ty. Check out our other casts yeah. What you call it? Obviously not a Trekkie.
yeah.
Ostel Shock.
The Morphin
Um,
Cast.
the Morphin Cast. Check out the weekly podcast with you and Louis Beans
Yep.
for It Gets Better, I Swear, and also Wrestling Babble, which I will be featured on pretty soon
Yeah.
because I just did a whole lot of watching of wrestling.
So yeah, we're trying to
Um,
work that out.
exactly. Always a shouts out to Game On, Retro Video Game Store based down in Long Island, three separate locations, one in Patchogue, one in Smithtown, one in Miller Place, satisfying all your retro video game needs. Also, check out the Game On Retro Video Game Arcade, one in Smith Haven, Lake Grove Mall, and one in Riverhead
Yep, yep.
Campgrounds.
Also follow Recycling Inc. on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and WordPress. They have their
Yes.
everything on there as well. So and always
We will
remember,
be steadily getting back into the casting more and more. I know
yeah,
we took a little break for a little bit, and we got to knock the dust off the wheels.
yeah,
But we are back in full swing, and we will get you more and more
yes,
content as we
yes.
do it.
So peace out, laters, and
Yeah, fuck Zordon.
yeah, Zordon, fuck Zordon.
Yeah, always,
Peace out,
always.
laters.